In the archives of the shattered city of Vela, scholars claim to have found a weathered scroll, its edges blackened as if by flame, its ink a faint, glimmering gold. The scroll tells of a creature known across countless lands, the phoenix. Every culture that has spoken of it agrees on one truth, that the phoenix cannot die. It is not simply a bird of fire, as the storytellers simplify for children. In the old text, it is described as a winged sun, its feathers tipped with molten light, its eyes holding the weight of centuries. It burns only once every 1,000 years, and when the fire consumes it, nothing remains but ash. From those ashes, it rises again. Always. But the scroll from Vela speaks of the one time it did not. The phoenix in the tale, unnamed, as if the scribes failed to bind her with mortal words, had lived through at least 3 great ice ages, the fall of the sky bridges of Orient, and the wars of the 10 kings. She was said to have witnessed the first river carved by the moon's pull, and the last tree felled in the black forest of Benares. In every life, she was reborn into a changed world. Friends she had once flown beside were long gone. Mountains she had nested upon were now worn to hills. Languages she had known became whispers in forgotten tongues. It was, the scroll notes, a cycle of endless beginnings and endless grief. The final life began in the twilight of a dying empire, the Carrick Dominion. The capital city was already crumbling when she returned that year, its marble halls overrun with ivy, its markets silent except for the wind. She did not soar over this new world as in her other lives. Instead, she walked the city's empty streets at night, unseen, listening to the hollow echoes of a place that had once been full of music. The scholars who translated the scroll believe this was when the idea first took root. What if I do not rise? When her body began to fail, the fire building in her heart, she did not seek a safe nest or the solitude of the mountains as was her kind's custom. Instead, she flew to the cliff of Soran, where the black ocean met the endless storm. Witnesses claimed the sky itself dimmed when she spread her wings. They say the waves stopped mid-crest, as if the sea knew what was about to happen. And then, she burned. It was not the roaring inferno the poets sing of. It was slow, silent, the kind of fire that does not rage but burn. The light faded over hours, and when dawn came, there was only a scatter of grey ash on the wind. The people of the Dominion waited. 1 night, 1 week, 1 year. But the air never split with the cry of rebirth. Instead, at the exact spot where the ashes fell, wildflowers bloomed. No gardener tended them. No seed was ever found. They appeared each year on the first day of spring, the day the phoenix would have risen and withered by nightfall. The scroll ends with a single line, translated as, "She found eternity not in the return, but in the living." Some believe the flowers are her, living quietly among mortals. Others think she became the warmth that drifts through the air when winter breaks. But the oldest among the storytellers say this: the phoenix did not die. She simply chose. And in choosing, she taught the world that sometimes, the greatest act of life is to let it end.